Good afternoon. Welcome to the Thursday, June 29th Lebanon Board of Works meeting. Our first order of business will be the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, move on to the roll call members. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mayor Gentry.
Here.
Becky McClure. Here. Bill Stoner.
Present.
Dick Robertson.
Excused.
And Alan Milburn.
Present.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to the approval of the minutes from our previous meeting. Are there any changes to those minutes?
Actually, this is the one for May 22nd.
May 22nd, that's right, okay.
Is the one we're doing today.
Thank you. Any issues with those minutes from May 22nd? Okay. Would entertain a motion to approve?
I make a motion we approve the minutes for May 22nd.
Thank
Motion.
you.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Judge. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those minutes are approved. All right, move on to department head reports. First up will be Police Department, Chief Morgan.
Good afternoon, board members. Since our last meeting, the Lebanon Police Department has responded to 590 calls for service. A total of 15 people were arrested for the following crimes: 5 for operating while intoxicated, 6 were wanted on a warrant, 1 for possession of meth, 1 for criminal trespassing, and 2 for resisting law enforcement. In that same time frame, LPD took 10 crash reports. We didn't have anybody fill out applications for the handgun license, so we didn't send any off to the state. So on to training. LPD officers completed dangerous possession of firearms training. It was put on by the Boone County Prosecutor's Office. Rebecca Lesh from there put the training on, and it covered the Jake Laird law. It instructed officers on procedures to follow when dealing with dangerous persons who are found with firearms. Officers Nathan Hosfield and Easton Williamson completed crisis intervention training at Lebanon High School. This course teaches de-escalation techniques for dealing with people who are experiencing a mental health crisis. Officer Tim Edmonds completed his Indiana Department of Toxicology recertification course for breath test. This training allows Officer Edmonds to operate the breath test instruments. Then onto our newly hired officers. Brianna Deckard started last week, and she's currently in our 40-hour pre-basic training. She'll be going to the academy in Scenic Plainfield in August. Officers David Bell and Kevin Elliott, they're both laterals from other departments. They started actually yesterday. So they will be going through a brief FTO program where they'll ride with our FTOs and learn how we do stuff and learn our paperwork and the geography, learning Lebanon, and then they'll be released. Hopefully that doesn't take very long, just a few weeks, and we'll be back up with 2 officers. That's all I have.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions for Chief from the board? Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next will be Fire Department, Chief Batts.
Good evening, everyone. Since the last Board of Public Works and Safety meeting, Lebanon Fire has made 157 emergency calls of service, logged 387 training hours, completed 9 commercial pre-plans, 72 commercial inspections, participated in 4 TAC meetings, and assisted with 2 public education events. The week of June 12th through the 16th, we participated in the Teen Academy. This is in collaboration with the Boone County Sheriff's Office. Once again, it was a great event, a great week. Lieutenant Sam Doherty for LFD was our liaison. They did an amazing job. This week, LFD crews are out at DS Smith doing high-angle rope rescue training, simulating an employee that's injured and suspended 40 feet above the ground. I'd like to thank DS Smith for allowing us to come in and train at their facility. And also a big thanks to the Whitestown Fire Department for coming in and providing city coverage while we're at this training. And finally, LFD brought home the gold last night in the Adult Anything Goes contest. We had our recruits from the Northside Fire Academy. They did an amazing job. It was a great event, and everyone had a lot of fun. That's all I have for this evening.
I had heard you brought in some ringers for it, so glad you guys brought that home. So, any questions for Chief from the board?
Nope.
Anything from the public? Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Next will be Parks Department. Caleb?
Good afternoon. Our maintenance crews are prepping Memorial Park for the 4th of July activities happening this week and next. The baby contest was a hit, and we lucked out with great weather. Can't wait to see all the winners in the parade. We do ask people to refrain from marking any spots in the park for the parade on the 4th until 4 p.m. on July 3rd. There'll be a big rush for that, probably people camping out. The carnival is now set up in Memorial Park. It's running the 28th through the 4th. Weekday hours are 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday will be 5 to 11. Unfortunately, due to the weather, we had to reschedule the mother-son pool party for Friday, August 11th. You can register online for our new date. Tickets are $20 per couple and $5 for additional children. It'll be held at Seashore Water Park, 5:30 to 8 p.m. Hope to see you there. The Boone County Cancer Society hosted their car show event this weekend at Memorial Park on June 16th. They had a wonderful turnout and great weather. Our June swim lessons will end tomorrow evening, and we will be taking a break until July 12th. The kids have learned so much, and our lifeguards have done a great job. On this Friday, June 30th, we will host our Serving Up Sparks pickleball tournament. This is a co-ed tournament, and we will have 12 teams registered. We will host this under the lights at Memorial Park. That's all I have.
Thank you, Caleb. Any questions for Caleb from the board? Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next will be Engineering Department, Kevin Krulik.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Engineering updates. Resurfacing program, just wanted to point out that we are in the process and actually within a day or two of wrapping up our new updated asset management program for our future resurfacing projects. Just in time for community crossing applications to open up. They're scheduled to open up on July 5th. And as usual, we'll look to submit our resurfacing programs for next year with that grant cycle. There's only one remaining really a small road project that we're working on for this year, and that's the widening of Riley Road. Unfortunately, though, we have to purchase some right-of-way associated with that project. Offer letters went out about 3 days ago. I've already heard from one owner who has received their offer letter and considering the offer that was put before them. So we'll keep everybody posted there. Hopefully we can wrap that up. We've got a veteran gas main conflict that we have to work through, but hopefully we'll still be able to do the Riley Road widening and sidewalk project later in the year, later in the fall. Other projects, also wrapping things up on our bridge projects. The Elmwood Bridge is complete. We're just looking at final documentation, final pay applications, which are now in my inbox for review. So that'll be in the claim cycle at the next meeting. The Witt Road Bridge, final pay applications for the completed construction are in this meeting's claim cycle. And just looking to close that project out, close out our community crossing grant, and thankfully put that project behind us. The Witt Road reconstruction project, still working through initial early environmental coordination on that project, initial design constraints associated with some of the curves on the road, working through all of that with our consultants at American Structure Point. Keep in mind that's not scheduled for construction until 2027, but there's lots to be done on that project to get it ready. The other active construction project we have right now is obviously Grant Street. We had just recently published some delayed schedules and some new schedules on the opening of the intersection of Washington and Grant. Until we met with the contractor earlier this week, we thought it was going to be around the 10th of July. They're needing to push that out about 10 days, so it's going to be somewhere around the 20th, but I'm waiting for updated schedules. Primarily, the culprit is, once again, we're having trouble with the supply chain associated with the concrete industry. Last year, it was there were a lot of problems in the concrete industry associated with the cement suppliers. Now it's more of an issue of available drivers. So in the Midwest, we have a real driver shortage. So if anybody listening out there has a CDL and wants to consider driving a concrete truck, I know of several companies that are hiring on the spot. So So we're probably looking at opening Grant Street and the Grant Street-Washington intersection sometime around the 20th of July. We are beginning to do work at the Ann Street and Williams intersection. Nothing will include the closure of that intersection, at least a full-time closure, until we get the Washington Street intersection open. And then we're trying to get the Ann Street back open before the 3rd of August when school starts. Obviously, that intersection is right adjacent to Central Elementary, and it's going to be critical that we're able to get traffic through there for school drop-off. So, again, trying to wrap up the Washington Street intersection around the 20th of July. Getting started on Ann Street, won't close that until Washington is open, and then but we will have a small closure there and try to get that back open to traffic around the 1st of August. The east half of the road, we're also actively working on that, and are planning as we begin to get concrete crew availability for the Washington Street intersection. We'll also move from there right into the placement of curbs on the north section, the east side, at the same time. So we're kind of trying to compress the schedule, overlap some things in order to still have us on a schedule to complete paving and get the road back open in late November. More to come there, and a lot more construction season to go before we can confirm that will indeed happen. But that is the schedule provided by the contractor on Wednesday. Other projects around town, the Fordyce Street project still scheduled for 2024 is ongoing. Ongoing coordination even today on the new elementary school and the intersection improvements and the entrance improvements for the elementary school, making sure that that everyone's projects coincide there and fit nicely together. Big Four Trail, we're just working on final punch list items. We're working on county-wide mile marker signage that's going in thanks to grants from the Community Foundation. Also, really excited if you've not driven down East Street, just opposite of the Big Four Trail. The sidewalks been replaced, really essentially from Elm Street all the way down to Noble Street. So all those, we have new sidewalks on the opposite side of the trail to complement the trail. And I think it looks really good. So I encourage people to check that out. We're going to keep going south of Noble Street, extending sidewalks down to the end of East Street, but that's going to have to wait till next year when budget cycles renew for our active living programs. Stone Eater Bike Park, just a couple of quick updates. Hauling and placement of approximately 60,000 yards of material is now complete. We're excavating and placing the excavations from our dry detention area as we speak. Be doing storm sewer installation in the coming days, and still awaiting our IDEM permits before we can move from our sort of landfill cap fortification into the construction of the park. But hopefully we'll have that here in the month of July. Regional detention, getting close to our closing with Ken's Foods on the additional land needed for the construction of our middle detention pond. We've completed our inspection and review periods and are just waiting for closing at this time. Let's see. Then on the inspection side of things, since we last met, we've conducted 13 SWIP inspections, responded to 1 complaint, and issued 6 right-of-way inspections. A lot of construction going on. As you can imagine, we're right in the heart of the construction season. So I encourage you all to look at the inspection report and see all the activity that's happening there. And that's all I have for you.
Thank you, Kevin. Any questions for Kevin from the board? Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next will be Planning Department, Matt Reynolds.
Good afternoon, Board. Since the last meeting, the planning building inspectors have conducted 99 inspections, so approximately 10 inspections per day. So our 2 inspectors are staying pretty busy. Our office has issued 106 different permits, including 4 new single-family homes and roofing permits, nearly 50 of them, if the hailstorms are keeping the roofing industry in business here in Lebanon. Again, the permits stay pretty strong with the commercial. We have foundation permits being pulled for the Bel Canto project. Plan Commission filings, we did have a development plan filed for a multi-tenant commercial building out on Sam Ralston Road next to White Castle and the hotel. So that'll be coming before the Plan Commission next month. And then also a couple LEAP-related projects that are in current stages right now. So we have a LEAP Plan Unit Development Rezone. So looking to rezone all of the property within the LEAP district to a plan unit development, and then also an amendment to our comprehensive plan. So the process for that is, it was introduced at the Plan Commission meeting last month in June. Today, we are holding an open house in the room next door to us from 4:30 to 7:30. Everybody is invited to come out, take a look, and learn some details about this PUD rezone and the details of the comprehensive plan amendment. Then that will be presented formally to the Plan Commission on July 17th, looking for their recommendation to the Common Council, and then the Common Council will take it under consideration at their July 24th meeting. So a lot of LEAP-related projects. In the meantime, if you're not able to attend the open houses or any of the meetings, please reach out to the planning office, either myself or the planning director, Ben Bontrager, with any questions, concerns, comments, ideas, suggestions. We're open, and this is the time for everybody to have a say and get their input in before this all gets settled into July, early August. Code enforcement-wise, we've continued to stay busy, 76 investigative activities, 24 new complaints, grass and weeds being the highest. It's that time of year, even though we've had a drought, we've had just enough rain to get those weeds and grasses growing. So other than that, staying busy and happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Matt. Any questions for Matt from the board? Yeah, thank you, sir. Next will be Street and Stormwater Department, Dave Newell.
How's everybody doing today, I guess, instead of tonight? We're pretty busy fixing potholes. Give you an idea, I guess, the last 2 days we went through 8 tons of asphalt, so mostly in our alleys. So we got the roads looking pretty good, but you know, the alleys, we just try to maintain them so best we can. So that's where a lot of that's went. Trying to keep our easements clean of trash. You know, that's an ongoing battle. We was just out on Pearworth Road mowing, and there's bags of trash and stuff, but you know, it's just part of it. But we keep it up. Street sweepers have been out and about, super busy with that, kind of running waste management ragged, emptying our street sweeping, so. But yeah, we just swept 39 and 32. We usually do that twice a year under contract, so we like to do it right before the 4th of July, get the town cleaned up, you know, and people coming in to visit our community, looks good. So that's all taken care of. Guys have been super busy on the other side of us doing drain construction or reconstruction. We did quite a few on Park Street. We just started on one and kind of found out they were all old. So we got pretty much from, I think, Fordyce down to Washington Street, so or Williams at least. So that's been a good going. They've been super busy. So everybody's doing a good job. Obviously keeping our drains clear. Sounds like we might get some storms tonight, so it's not been too much of a problem considering not much rain we've had. We're definitely preparing for the 4th of July festivities with everybody else, so we got all of our, go out tomorrow and make sure we've changed up our barricades just a smidgen, so make it a little safer. So we'll go count everything we need for tomorrow for Monday. We will run that route with the sweeper and that kind of stuff Monday just once. So we're encouraging people, if they're going to do something, have it out there Monday morning, because we can't keep coming back, you know, and we've ran into that in the past where somebody throws something out there like in the middle of the night and we're not here for the 4th, so it kind of makes just a mess for people trying to watch the parade and stuff, you know, be mindful of people. The brush week's coming up here, and another one, July 10th through the 14th, so be prepared for that. And then we'll have one in August, September, and October, and that'll pretty much kind of wrap up that season. The dates for August is 14th through the 18th, September's 11th through the 15th, and October 16th through the 20th. So, update on the new street department. We got the salt barn going up. It's bigger than I thought it would be, which is good. But after they put the roof on and stuff, it's pretty big. But the asphalt's down, and our concrete's down for our dumpsters, so they're gonna have to go in and, they treated the concrete, it was kind of my fault, I didn't think about that you can't salt that stuff for a year. Well, we can't go without a year with recycling and stuff, so we're gonna have them clean it off and put the same treatment they put inside the building, or something similar where we can salt it. That way it doesn't look terrible, after a year it's all ate up and all that. There's no way we can't treat it, so just taking some precautions there. I didn't even think about it until it was down, and actually Craig Hurst brought it up, and I was like, that's a good point. But they're doing a little bit of work in the ceiling, and then they'll have the tiles in. They plan on putting the floor in, and we should start really rolling. Now that they got the asphalt in, they plan on doing the fence, so
Great.
that'll be good. Should start really flying together, I would assume. But we want to wish Parker Lewis the best. He's been with us a few years now, and he just took another job, and so we hope he does good and in the future for all that. So on that note, I guess we are hiring again. We got a guy off with leave had his baby, so he should be back next week, one of my foremen, and then we'll start the process again. So, but that's about all we got. The guys have been doing a great job, and I'm proud of them. So that's all I got.
Thank you, Dave. Any questions for Dave from the board?
Just have one.
Sure.
So July 3rd, which is Monday, that'll be heavy trash pickup day from Waste Management.
Okay.
Is that, nothing's changing there?
Yeah, it's the first full week.
Yeah,
so-
they said they got on their website, they're gonna run once Tuesday hits, they'll be a day behind. So that if you're Friday, just plan on your trash being a day later, Saturday.
That's not true.
Oh, they changed
They
that?
are not giving their employees the day off. They will pick up on the 4th of July.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Then I must have seen something else.
There was a flyer they sent to me. We'll get that out on social media or for Joe on
We'll
that.
put it on ours too, if you get it to us.
Okay,
But
thank you.
sorry about that. They ran that last year. I just assumed they'd do the same, so
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Any other questions for Dave? Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, and last but not least, Communications and Community Development, Joe LePage.
Hey everyone, I want to begin with a big thank you for everyone that came out for our Community Creation Day along Camp Street, the mural location there near Harney Elementary. That was on June 17th. We had a significant number of people and families, ages and abilities. All the boxes were checked. Area artist Anita Gordon did a great job providing instruction, even gave the folks that turned out a commemorative little paintbrush that had the date on it and the location of the mural that was painted. And so that has taken significant steps that will be completed later on in July. That's the plan, and with your help later on in this meeting to be able to close off that portion, to be able to enable her to paint the rest of the south side of the mural. West Main Street is possibly next for our next mural location, so just keep in mind there. We are beginning the early stages of the Unite Under the Lights event. This would be year 4 for the event, asking questions like if we are going to do the event again this year. Year 1 was in Meridian Street under the catenary lights. Year 2 is a little bit soggy, so we were under the canopy over at Clues Brews, and then year 3 we were in the alley over at the Chop House. And so do we do it for year 4? That's a question to ask, and then what would that look like? And so if you have any thoughts and opinions, info@lebanon.in.gov is a place to go there. You can expect to see a 2-page article coming up in Boone County Magazine in the August edition, highlighting the second and third quarters of this year. A lot of different events and things, and just a lot of moving parts in our community, and so we look forward to highlighting that in a 2-page article in the Boone County Magazine. And then finally, highlighting some videos that we did. Chief Batts mentioned the elevated victim rescue. D.S. Smith able to turn a video with that. Be sure to stay tuned for our monthly installments of the Stone Eater Bike Park series we've been putting together throughout the course of the project, and currently working on one for our Parks Department, highlighting all the fun new additions that are happening on the south side at Admiral Longley Park. So all that's coming up.
Thank you, Joe. Any questions for Joe from the board? All right, thank you, sir. That concludes department head reports. Move on to old business. There's nothing on my agenda. Is there anything from the board?
No old business, no.
Okay, new business then. First item up is a alley closure request for sewer repair at 108 North Lebanon Street for Gordon Plevin. Kevin?
Yeah, this is straightforward. This is a sewer repair and clean-out installation behind 108 North Lebanon Street, which is the Royal Title business on the west side of Lebanon Street, State Road 39. The work is in the alley. Minimal disruption, but because it's a public right-of-way, they need Board of Works approval to close that.
What are the dates for that?
It's only a one-day closure. It was originally supposed to be today. We've told them they'll have to wait until this permit is approved, but
Okay.
So we'll notify them that, and I would just ask that the board allow flexibility to work with staff on when the closure
On
will
as
be
needed.
permitted.
Okay.
So,
Any questions or concerns from the board on that? Okay, we'll entertain a motion then to approve the alley closure request for the sewer repair at 108 North Lebanon Street on the date as needed by the contractor.
I make a motion, we approve the alleyway closure request sewer repair 108 North Lebanon Street as presented.
The motion approves. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved. Thank you, Kevin. Next will be a street closure request for the Camp Street mural. Joe LePage.
Hello again, everybody. In talking with artist Anita Gordon, she gave me 3 different dates that she would like to make use of to wrap up the mural along Camp Street and near Hoy Avenue, near Harney Elementary. Those dates and times: first, July 1st, from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. Sunday, July 2nd, from noon until 8 p.m. And then she's hoping to wrap up any loose ends on Monday, July 17th, kind of a window there of 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. Again, those dates: the 1st of July, 7 p. to 9 p., the 2nd of July, that's from noon until 8, and then the 17th from 9 a. until 8 p. And all that time, chances are, wouldn't be taken, but it's just a window to be able to provide that opportunity. I touched base with both Chief Morgan and also Dave about having the barriers similar to the way they were set up during the creation day, where there's a barrier there right at the intersection of Hoy and Camp, another one on the opposite side under the CSX overpass, and then one in the middle of the roadway at Lafayette Avenue where traffic can still go to wherever they need to go, just letting them know that there is a road closure ahead.
Any questions on that? Okay, I will entertain a motion then to approve the street closure request for the Camp Street mural as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the street closure request on Camp Street as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved. Looking forward to seeing that finished. It'll be great. All right, next up will be a street closure request at 207 East Washington Street for Sixth Holding LLC. Kevin?
thank you. We'd like to table this one. The applicant has not been able to provide us with a date. Originally, it was supposed to be the dumpster was supposed to be placed on East Street this week. We notified them that that wasn't going to be able to happen due to the parade, and they've not been able to get a confirmation on the schedule from their contractor as to when it will take place. This is for the roofing project of the former First Baptist Church building. So they'll be back at the first meeting in July to make the request once they have a schedule.
Can I have a motion to table item number C?
Make a motion, we table item number C.
Okay, we have a motion to table. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, item is put on the table. We'll take it up at our next meeting. Next will be a change order concerning the bike park masquerading. Kevin?
Thank you very much. This is a change order request from Merit Contracting for the bike park project related to the masquerading contract. This is just to add some storm sewer drains to prevent water from ponding on the site. This is associated with our dry detention area. The total is for $36,230.18, but I will point out to people that we have a significant savings already on the project of approximately $58,000. So this will not be any increase in the appropriation that has already been made, just a shifting around of dollars associated with it.
Any question concerning that change order from the board?
What was the amount again? 30,000, 30-something?
Yes, 1 second. 36230.18, $36,230.18.
Any questions? Okay. I would entertain a motion then to approve, is this change order number 1, fair to say?
Yes, change order number 1.
Change order number 1 concerning the bike park masquerading.
Motion, we approve change order number 1 for the bike park masquerading in the amount of $36,230.18.
Motion approved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Judge. Favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved. Thank you, Kevin. And finally here, we have a resolution of the Board of Works concerning the approving the purchase of a pumper fire truck. I'll have Chief Batts introduce, and then Rob can read it as well.
This resolution represents Lebanon Fire's request to purchase a new fire truck. We replace our apparatus every 10 years. Currently, fire trucks are on a 2-year build-out for a pumper. We would take delivery of this truck in July of 2025. And that's basically all the information.
Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong, City Council's already approved this resolution on their end, so this is just us kind of
Yes.
backing in as well. Okay. I'll have Rob read it, and then we'll do questions from the board.
Thank you, Mayor Board. Resolution 2023-02 is a resolution of this Board of Works approving the purchase of a pumper fire truck. Whereas pursuant to Indiana's or city's Uniform Development Ordinance, Section 30.06, this board is designated the purchasing agent for the city. Pursuant to Indiana Code, it authorizes the board on behalf of the city to purchase goods and services without soliciting bids or proposals where there exists a unique opportunity to obtain supplies and/or services at a substantial savings to the city. The city is contracted with Sourcewell Purchasing Company, a servicing purchasing cooperative, so that it may realize the discounts it provides to municipalities. The City of Lebanon Fire Department desires to purchase one new E1 pumper truck for its use in emergency firefighting scenarios. By and through its agreement with Sourcewell, the city has been given the opportunity to buy the truck from Fire Services, Inc. in the amount of $985,253. Whereas purchasing the truck from Fire Services, Inc. through Sourcewell constitutes a $49,262.65 savings, as illustrated in greater detail in Exhibit A. Fire Services has also offered an additional discount of $20,399 if payment for the truck is made in full within 30 days of the purchase agreement's execution. In order to take advantage of this prepayment discount, and in an effort to amortize the truck's cost over a greater period of time, Rev Financial Services has agreed to enter into a lease purchase agreement with the city. The board believes that a 5% savings outlined above constitutes a unique opportunity to obtain supplies and services at a substantial savings to the city. It believes that purchasing the truck through Sourcewell constitutes compliance with the purchasing agreement pursuant to Indiana Code. Therefore, be it resolved, the recitals are incorporated hereby in reference. The board approves the city's entry into equipment purchase agreement with Fire Services to purchase one E1 pumper truck in the amount of $985,253 for the fire department's use in fire-related emergency scenarios. The board also hereby approves the city's entry into a lease purchase agreement with Rev Financial Services to purchase the truck. The mayor of the city of Lebanon and/or the clerk treasurer of the city are authorized to execute and deliver all agreements, instruments that may be contemplated by this resolution. This resolution shall be in full force and effect immediately upon its adoption.
Thank you, Rob. Any questions from the board concerning that? Again, part of the reason for the resolution is there's a cost savings benefit for this, so this is why we have to acknowledge this cost savings with the resolution. So, any further questions? Any comments from the public? Okay. This time then, I would entertain a motion concerning Board of Works Resolution 2023-02.
I'd make a motion, we approve the resolution 2023-02.
Motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Bill. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved. Would entertain a motion concerning the claims.
I make a motion we approve the claims.
For the claims, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion we adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. We are adjourned. Thank you.
Huge tree just